Hi guys, we're back. Chantelle's with us. We've been just, getting to know her a little bit off camera. Guys, she's a swear, but only in the closet. So that's what we've learned.
I don't want anyone to know my secrets.
We all have some hidden secrets. Okay.
It's fine, girl. It's fine. So Chantelle is an actress. She's also a producer.
Yeah.
And you've really, like some other people we've had on, kind of cornered in on that horror market.
Yes.
Which I want to hear if what you have to say about the horror is the same as what everybody else has to say about horror. So why do you think you enjoy doing horror?
Well, it's funny. I enjoy doing horror. I also really enjoy doing comedy. And it's funny because they're both kind of polar opposite, yet the same. Because a lot of times in horror, there's also comedy.
Yeah.
Just to kind of break up the mood and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that horror really has a universal theme to it in that it can be very visual. Comedy can be visual too, but sometimes comedy is very word-based and word-related, and so it doesn't translate into like different cultures or different countries or even to different parts of America. It might not. Different humor is different. So I think a lot of people choose to do horror just because a lot of people can jump on and be like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It has like that universal theme to it where everybody can understand it and enjoy it and be scared by it.
Right.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people say they really love the horror community. That the horror community more than any other, they back
tight.
you, they support you, like for life.
They do. Yes, we love our horror fans.
That's
amazing.
You guys are awesome.
So are you in your personal life, do you enjoy watching horror films?
I do enjoy watching horror films. One of my favorite movies was Scream, and I remember
that was a good one back in the day.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
so groundbreaking back then.
It was.
It really was.
Yeah. And I would have been maybe 10, I think, when it came out. But luckily, my parents did let me watch it. I had a few relatives that were like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh it's fine. My mom and dad said I could." But
and I think Scream was a great mix of horror and comedy at the same time. So it goes back to what you said about the two avenues that you like. So it's amazing that you've been carrying that with you for years.
right. It had a female. It was very female driven. Too.
Yeah.
They even had a female killer in one of their series that they had. So,
yeah, I feel like there aren't enough female killers out there.
Well, you should watch The Sixth Friend. See what you think of that one. I don't know what's going on there, but
Speaking of, this is your new film that's out.
Yeah.
And it takes place.
Congrats on that as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It was originally some friends. They had a graduation party.
Yeah.
Someone showed up that shouldn't have showed up.
Yep.
Mayhem breaks out. But then the story picks up a couple years later, right? 5 years later.
Right.
And more shit hits the fan.
More shit hits the fan. Yes, we start off, it's a college graduation party. And these girls had just graduated college, so they wanted to trip acid. The guy that brings the LSD over, of course, that's what we all want.
I actually have thought about doing acid a lot. I haven't done it yet, guys. I can't tell you about it, but I'm very fascinated.
You should do it on the show. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
You know what? But I've heard that you should do it in nature.
Yes,
it's really
that's
important
true.
to do it in nature. So if I do acid, it will definitely be in nature.
Yes, do not do it on the show.
No,
that was not a good idea.
Although there's plenty of YouTube channels out there of people like taking acid and like filming it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Trippy experiences, huh?
Oh, man. Go ahead.
No worries. So he comes over, we trip some acid, we're having a great time. We've got this, it starts off with an acid trip then, but the guy that brought the acid over does an attempted rape and murder, but we actually get to him first and we kill him before he does anything.
Congratulations.
And with that, the girls kind of take away this, they are sort of known in the media and in the news as these female heroines that came about and were able to defend themselves, and they get a little bit of fame in social media from it, and 5 years later, it comes back to haunt them. They all decide to reunite, then rekindle their relationship out in the middle of the woods in a cabin, which is my character's cabin.
Nature and acid.
Nature and acid, yes. And the horror comes back tenfold to haunt them, and then there's a twist at the end, and there's all sorts of stuff that goes down, but it does sort of stay in that same realm of Scream, where it's not too gory. I don't want to say it's not violent because people are dying, but it's not gory. There's no thrill kills. It is a quick kill. And some of the reviewers have mentioned that, but we did that intentionally. That's kind of our taste, is to have it be more about the chase, the relationships, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Not like, oh my God, she's bleeding and screaming and torturing, you know.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. All right.
So,
Sounds interesting.
did you do anything to prepare for the acid trip you had to take on screen?
Well, years ago I did a character study on it.
Fabulous. I mean, as one does.
Yeah.
Hey, how else are you gonna act, guys? Okay, so you had something to draw off of.
Yeah, but I mean, we were also, like, we had music playing in the background, and we were just, you know, having a good time, just laughing and touching each other in a non-sexual way. And
okay, I like that. All right.
Yeah.
And this was your first time producing, right?
It was, yes.
How was that? Tell us about
How
it.
was
Yeah.
that?
Well,
Was it a
I
headache?
really
Did you-
enjoyed.
Oh,
it was a
right.
headache. Oh,
Yeah.
it was a headache.
Yeah.
But it was. I would say the benefits of being able to produce definitely outweigh the headache. It was really awesome being a part of the team and the crew.
Yeah.
Having a creative say on how we want to shoot this, what we want to
Right.
shoot, what we want to leave in the script, take out of the script, who we want to work with as far as a crew. And then the editing too, because the movie can change completely in the editing room.
100%.
So it was nice to be like, oh no, let's keep that in there, take that out, cut it here. So tailor it to as you need.
So do you feel now that you've had a taste of producing and a little more creative control on the project, that your next project or projects you have going forward, that you'll still keep that producing role? Or
for
do you think,
sure.
okay,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to act too. I want to act in
Absolutely,
that and
absolutely.
produce.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road, I would just produce. I love creating film and
Yeah.
I love
Nice.
creating art, and I would love to direct someday too. I think
Right.
maybe 3 to 5 years, I'd like to start directing. That'd be
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
a journey I definitely want to
Right.
go
Absolutely.
on. So.
Yeah.
Now tell us a little bit. How did you? What drove you to want to get on the producing side?
Well, it's sort of, I was on another movie set, filming another movie with Jamie Bernadette. She's the actress that I produced The Sixth Friend with. And we were talking and we just kind of put our heads together. We were like, yeah, let's make this happen. So it was kind of the two of us inspiring each other.
Oh, nice.
We both, you know, had both of our assets that we just put them together and decided to do it. And it's like, okay, I do kind of like this. Because I remember when I first moved to LA, people were saying, if you really want to create content and really stay busy, make your own stuff. And I thought, oh, I could never make my own movie.
Yeah.
Like, that was
It
just
seems like
so
such a huge
intimidating.
task.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, 5 years later I did it. So you start making it happen.
That's amazing. I love when the impossible becomes possible. So it's
Yeah.
amazing that you were able to make that happen. And I also love when, you know, projects come about just genuinely, you know?
Yeah.
You're just talking with a friend and you guys made it happen. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
And isn't
I
it
love
so
that.
amazing in this city to find people who, like, you choose to actually work with them and they show up.
Yes.
They don't flake on you, they don't get stuck in traffic, like they actually show up and they put forth work. And then you make shit happen.
Yeah. I mean, it is really nice having a creative community, especially in LA. I've got quite a few different creative communities that I float between, and it really is just, you know, you need something from one, you all just, you know, hook each other up and create it, make it happen.
Yeah,
so,
that's
and it is needed, definitely. You need your community to help you. So.
Yeah, for
100%,
sure.
I agree. And you've been in, you know, the arts for a very long time. You've been doing theater traditionally when you were younger, and then you kind of transitioned over. But you still do theater now, right?
I
You
do,
still have a company
I
you work
still do
with?
theater, yeah.
Yeah. What do you like, you know, theater compared to film?
Oh, that is so hard. I love both. You know, it's like I go back and forth. I say, oh, I like theater better if I'm really going to choose it. I love working on a show for weeks at a time and being so ingrained and close with your company that you're working with, and then you put it on stage and it's just magical every night.
Absolutely.
But then it's like I love film too, because then you get to have it sort of live on forever, or have it you know, be streaming. And with theater, I have gone into where we've taped our shows now and stuff too. So, but it's just, I don't know. I love both.
Yeah.
I love both.
Absolutely, there are things about both that are lovely.
What I would really love to do is go to New York and do a play soon. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
So she's
That would be
manifesting
fun.
it, universe.
I am
Right
manifesting
here.
it.
Make it happen. Yes.
And then was there one, whenever you first first got involved in theater, was there one moment where you decided to transition into film, or did you already think in the long run that's where you wanted to go?
I kind of thought in the long run that's where I want to go. I'm from the Midwest, and so there is quite a good theater community where I came from.
Okay.
And so that's kind of where I started off doing that, and I went to school in the Midwest, got my BFA in theater, and then I moved out to LA, knowing I wanted to go into film.
Yes, nice.
As we usually do.
Let's
Now,
go
how long
to
have you been
school
in
so I
Los
can make
Angeles?
movies. I've been in LA for 9 years now.
9 years? Okay, quite a while, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're making your way, girl. You getting it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw you were just in a music video
Yes.
that I love for a young lady, Rochelle. Is that
Yeah.
her first name? Rochelle Royale.
Yeah.
And it's a female empowerment driven film.
It
Or
is.
video. And you were dressed traditional male attire. But how was that experience? Talk to us about that.
That was such a cool experience. I think Rochelle is so creative, and she's very smart. She's a very smart girl, and I think she's very talented. I just, as we were doing the music video, I was so impressed. I was like, gosh, she wrote this song, she's produced it, she's putting this whole thing together, and I thought, well, that's kind of what we do when we make movies
Right?
too.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so us dressing up as men, it was sort of a statement in saying, we're strong women dressed as men. We're equal. We're, sort of putting on the man's pantsuit in a way, I
Okay.
guess, and saying we can hold our own as well. And then we had James Maslow from Big Time Rush come in and do a shoot with us too. So
Fantastic.
it was really
Nice.
cool. He was like the one guy surrounded by all these women, and we're like female empowered,
Yeah.
men supporting women.
Yeah.
So
We love that.
yeah.
And Brooke Lewis, who's a friend of the show for a long
yes,
time.
I love Brooke.
So I saw she did the shoot with you
She
guys.
did too.
She's an amazing human, just for sidebar.
Oh, her
She's
soul
always
is-
supportive. She's always kind. She's
Oh.
always hardworking. Super
She's
positive
got
outlook
such
on
a good
life.
soul.
She really
She's
does.
really awesome.
Yeah. And Cash Hovey, we have had
Yes.
on the show long time ago.
Have you? I
Before
love
we
Cash.
were in this form, yeah.
Yeah,
Cash is great.
I'm going to be shooting some scenes with Cash
Oh, good.
in a
And
couple
he's a big
weeks.
supporter
so.
of
Nice.
women too. So
Yeah,
we love
he
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you could hook me up with Rochelle, because I would love for her to come on and perform that song?
Oh, totally.
We're all
Yeah?
about,
Oh, yay.
chicks around here.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll
Look
ask
at
her about it
that.
and see if she's available.
And then you also have some experience with stage combat and firearms. Now,
I do.
So most actors, like I had to take stage combat as well when I was in school. But I feel like you're at a different level than that. You've been doing it a little bit longer than that. So talk to us about your experience with that.
Well, I did start off doing stage combat in college.
Right.
So, and I had done it in theater before that, but I hadn't I hadn't taken proper classes. I hadn't had
Okay.
proper training, but just for certain shows that I was in. So, doing that, you learn all the little tricks and everything.
Right.
And in The Sixth Friend, we've got some stunts. And I actually did a series when I first moved to LA called Uncut, where I had to deal with firearms and everything too.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's weird because I'm totally fine with a gun on set, but I hate real guns. I don't want to hold them.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
totally
want to
different
look
story,
at
I
them.
can
I don't want them
imagine.
in my house. I don't.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's a toy. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I always think about, not always, but I've thought about that too. Like my reaction if I were to see a real gun, or when I hear about like, oh yeah, I carry a gun. It's
Yeah.
so visceral. I'm always just like,
I'm like,
what is
oh my
wrong
God, you've got
with
a
you?
gun.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
have
would
a
you do
gun?
that?
And then you go to like Texas and everyone's got one, and that's a way of
And
life.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
I'm like, okay.
it's just, I don't know. I feel unsafe with a gun
Honestly,
around.
me too. I feel unsafe with a gun around.
Let's all be neutral. Take it
Right?
away. Like,
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
yeah.
So, do you think, like, let's say, for example, like Tom Cruise does all his own stunts for crazy shit, like Mission Impossible. If you ever got cast in an action film, do you feel like you would be up to trying your own stunts?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I would want a stunt coordinator on set, maybe a
Absolutely.
double. If
Absolutely,
I'm not
yeah,
going to
yeah,
jump off a building though. That I wouldn't
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like I'll leave that to the professionals,
Right.
but I can do
Right.
a fall or fight.
I was thinking,
or,
would you do a fall off of like like a small building, then you fall back onto a cushion? Is that something you would do?
Oh, I don't know. Can we cheat it?
All right, girl. All right, okay. Why not? We'll cheat that shit. And then in your personal life, you've got a love of horses.
I do. Yes, I love horses. I grew up on a ranch in North Dakota. And so my dad and I would actually go riding horse all the time. That was like our bonding time that we would
Beautiful,
do.
yeah.
We have pastures and fields to go ride in, so my dad would bring a cigar. I don't smoke cigars, but I do drink whiskey.
Okay.
And I bring the flask, he's got the cigar, and we go out and we ride our horses like real cowboys.
Yeah.
Right.
There's an area of our land called Marlboro Country. I don't know why it's called that. No one in my family smokes, but it's just called Marlboro Country. I don't know why, but
I guess with the ads, it's very traditional, like the cowboy out there in the fields.
you can see for miles.
Right. So, since you live out in LA, are you still able to tap into that? Like, do you go riding anywhere around here?
I have gone riding a few times.
Nice.
There is actually this mechanic that I met up in Van Nuys, and he has horses. And so me and my friends have gone up and ridden horses. Who would have thought that?
Nice.
I know,
Yeah.
right? He's so awesome. His name is Fuad. He's the nicest guy. Hey. And yeah, we've gone up and ridden his studs before. I normally ride quarter horses, and he has studs, so those are bigger.
Oh, okay.
So I don't ride as fast on them because
Right.
they're strong.
Powerful,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, that's
So-
really cool. And what we love, see, I have a rescue, but you like flat out rescued your dog off
I
the
did.
street.
Oh, wow.
I did, yes. So I have two dogs. My one is Marley, and I've had Marley for 10 years now.
Okay.
And Eddie is my new one, but I've had Eddie for probably 3 years now, I think.
Okay.
Marley and I were out for our walk, and I see this little dog running around on the street, and I went to go, pick him up, but he was kind of feral. Like, he would
Right,
run
he was
away as soon
freaking
as
out,
you would go near him, but he did like my dog Marley. And so I did get him over into like my gated area of my house, and I walked in and closed the gate, so he was enclosed.
Yeah.
And I picked him up, and he tried to bite me, and then he peed on me.
He was so scared.
Now, what kind of dog
And
is
then,
he?
yeah, he's a Chihuahua mix.
Chihuahua, okay.
A mix of Chihuahua.
Okay.
So
He's a
maybe
little guy.
Chihuahua Terrier, but yeah, he's a little guy, and then he's just like shaking and peeing everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God. So I put a diaper on him. And I brought him inside, and I got him neutered the next day. And I mean, I did check to see if he had a chip. There was no chip, no collar, no leash, and he was clearly abused. So I thought he needs to have a home. So it's kind of one of those things where I started off temporarily, like we'll see how this goes, and he's still there. So
Now, how did your dog take to him being in his space?
it's funny. I feel like we were out for our walk, and he's like, "Oh, a cool friend." And as soon as he came in and saw that he was staying, he was like, "What the fuck?"
Like, what's going on?
That's how my dog
My
is.
dog literally was like,
Wait, like, you're not
staying?
leaving?
Like, I thought I like him, but
It's like they were just playing the yard together.
but now they're super tight.
Yeah.
They're
good.
brothers now.
Okay,
They
good.
probably cuddle and shit, don't they?
They do.
Nice, I love it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you have a couple of projects in the works too.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to like reveal about that, or what can you
Well,
tell us?
there is a really cool project that I've been talking about. We shot it last year, and it's called The Desert, and it's actually doing the festival scene this year.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we premiered in Lund, Sweden, the Lund Film Festival, and we also played in London. And it's a really cool modern day sci-fi melodrama. Kind of, it has like a real 1950s essence to it, but yet it's sci-fi, so it's like futuristic kind of. And it's produced by one of the creators of Grimm, NBC's Grimm.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so if you know that show, it's kind of paranormal, so it has
Yeah.
like that weird paranormal fantasy element to it.
Okay,
so.
nice. Sounds very interesting.
Did you just do an acting role in
I
this
was
one?
just acting it. I was the lead in it, but I was acting
That's
it.
fantastic.
Okay.
Did you go to London or Lund?
Oh, I didn't. I was stuck in LA
Oh,
working.
no.
I know. I had a shoot on one day, and then I think I had another talk show I had to be in the other day. And then The Sixth Friend was premiering around the same time.
That's a lot.
So I had some stuff going on here, but
Well, at least you were busy and just didn't miss the opportunity
I
to
was
get.
busy,
Guys, there's like a drill outside. I don't really know. We're live. It's
Welcome
live.
to LA.
Exactly. Some kind of large vehicle of sorts. It'll be on in a second. Just give us 2 minutes. That's what happens. It's fine. We're all good.
I'm gonna have another.
Yeah, have a
drink
swig
this.
of your
This
small
is
girl
so
cocktail.
good.
So good.
It's so smooth.
It's so smooth, and that we're drinking it straight up, guys. That's how smooth it is.
on the rocks.
Yeah.
We're just finishing it.
I think I'm Russian. I did take my DNA test. I'm
I
a
feel
little
like
bit
you could be
Russian.
Russian. You totally look like you could be
Yeah,
Russian.
we like vodka.
Yeah. You could be like Nikita. We're for sure. Okay, so if people want to find, follow, and support you, how can they do it? Where they gotta go?
Chantelle Albers. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I almost said iTunes. My movie's on iTunes.
iTunes after the show.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Those are my social media, and YouTube. Those are my social media under Chantelle Albers.
Yep.
Okay.
Chantel with a C, Albers with an A.
And if you're feeling particularly stalkerish, she does have a personal website as well, guys.
I do.
Lots of photos there.
Send me a message even.
Not that I encourage you to be a stalker, but it's there if you need it.
Yeah, ChantelleAlbers.com.
Yes.
I'm in the works of revamping my website currently.
Fabulous.
I'm recently a brunette too. I'm normally blonde.
I like it.
So
I think it's so cute.
Yeah.
I think it looks really pretty on you.
Oh, thank you.
You're like totally Snow White over there.
Yeah, it's like every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh God.
Who's this girl?
All right, guys. We love Chantelle. If you would like to find, follow, and support her, please do. You're welcome back anytime, Chantelle. You got some shit you're working on. You want to share it, girl?
All right.
Come on back. Guys, hang tight. We're going to get set up for our musical performance. Emily's in the house. And we'll see you, everyone, in just a moment. Bye, guys.
Be right back.